So as I said, today is going to be all about the procure-to-pay process. And with that, we all know about the procure-to-pay process is about integrating purchasing and accounts payable to create sort of a more efficient process. But because the procure-to-pay process is the most critical, but it's also the most complex, because in any organization, it really does span so many departments, so many people, so many systems, and there's often vast amount of money that's involved within transactions. And so you would think that because there's so much money behind it, and because it's so widespread across the organization, that it would be very smooth running. But that's really not the case. So Deloitte actually did a major investigation into this and seen that within, I think it was about 2 years ago, they said that despite the level of automation that's being implemented already, including those large ERP implementations, the procure-to-pay process remains very open to fraud, very open to money leakages and inefficiencies. And so what we want to do today is kind of delve down a little bit more into the other areas that are key challenges in the procure-to-pay process. And we also want to kind of delve into what Celigo has to offer to be able to help create more efficiencies, create more automation as it relates to procure-to-pay. So from the processing errors, right? So we have the long turnaround times for invoices approvals, the late payments, right, to suppliers. That can really impact your relationship with your vendors. So if you're not keeping up to those SLAs, say it's a 90-day payment terms, that can really impact what sort of terms and agreement that your vendors are willing to give you in the future. And then secondly, we've got lack of compliance, right? Being able to manage and regulate those individual purchasing channels, that really becomes complex and inflexible and really leaves not a lot of room for unauthorized purchases. And then thirdly, we've got siloed systems, right? And we see this across a lot of the finance functions. Siloed systems and processes, not having visibility into who's spending what, why they're spending it, and where they're spending it. And then lastly, the slow order fulfillment. So allowing a lot of supply chain volatility to get in the way of serving the customers is really a surefire way of losing your business and driving up the overall costs of it as well. So here's some of the key stats that I saw that I thought were really interesting from a procurement processing perspective. So this is coming from PayStream, and this was done about a year ago. And we look at the cost per PO when organizations have no procurement tool, right? So it's about $89 and change. And then as an organization begins to implement the likes of a legacy ERP, or they've built something in-house, the cost reduces to about $65. And when you can see here, when organizations move to a cloud-based model for procurement, it really drastically reduces the cost per PO to about $30. Still a fair significant price, but you can really see it's near, a third of the price for an organization that has no procurement tool whatsoever. And with everything that spans across all of these different businesses, there's more and more applications that are being added to a business every day, every year. And that's really increasing the amount of complexity across the procure-to-pay process and really impacting an organization's ability to streamline and automate the procure-to-pay process. So let's kind of talk about how Celigo helps impact the procure-to-pay solution. So moving from disparate systems to a seamless procure-to-pay solution is really where Celigo comes into play. So we're providing an integration platform that allows you to standardize the procure-to-pay process and automate your entire solution portfolio. So we have pre-built connectors and templates that really allow you to reduce the costs in procurement errors, optimizing your procurement operations while improving the visibility into your financial compliance. So again, going back to who's spending the money where and why. And we provide that single integration platform for the entire procure-to-pay process. And so that's really critical to our value proposition and really allows you to manage and streamline the entire procure-to-pay process.